Today's topic is why even bother tryharding in single player games. Okay, why handicap the core mechanics of a game? When I started playing Black Myth Wukong, it was clear that the main mechanic of the game was dodging at the perfect moment, like it's with Sekiro, where you have to parry at the perfect moment. To overcome mistakes made along the way, the game gave you heals and, most importantly, spells. But I think spells are also a core part of the game. Okay, uh, spells aren't uh, finite. Okay, so they are not limited. They recharge. You can use them as many times as you want. They just have a cooldown timer. So in a battle, if you use the spells a few moments there, yeah, the same thing makes sense. Okay, what doesn't make sense is what I did. My consistent need to try hard all games by handicapping myself within the given abilities. For Black Myth Wukong, the monkey game, I didn't use these spells at all when these are literally the core mechanic of the game, and the game teaches you the same thing again and again. Take Sekiro for example. I not only started playing it on the harder difficulty, the Bell Demon, but also added extra handicap by not using consumables, which includes heals, by the way. But get this, even attack. Okay. Also, not I didn't use heals. I didn't use prosthetic tools. I didn't even for the attacks that was possible, I didn't even attack. And honestly, I think, anyways, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yes, in a game about sword fight, I didn't attack. Whether I could, and once I would be done with these battles that took, and in these battles took hours. Okay, every boss took hours, a lot of days, a lot of tries, because the game wasn't designed that way. The game was designed, it says somewhere that it's a certain dance of attacking and defending both at the same time, and yet I was doing the same thing. Okay, I would record this footage on YouTube and I would watch them again and again, be happy about myself. Anyways, the problem is the game wasn't supposed to be like this. Take the consumers that are finite, for example, which increases your stats for a time being. I beat optional hard bosses, the headless, in games to get infinite number of users of those things. Okay, so there are these special gods that are infinite. You can use them infinitely to buff your character up. It's very hard to get. You have to kill the headless for it. Those are optional, extra difficult. I beat those bosses, and yet I wasn't using them in matches at all. Okay, I had intentionally made game much harder, but more importantly, I had made it much more dull in the pursuit of perfection, or something else, maybe putting it on YouTube or something. I can't really say what I was looking for. Whereas I should have used those little buffs given by game, things that the game was teaching me. Also, a whole mechanic that I completely ignored, the prosthetic tools. That's like half the game is based around that, and it is centered to the game. I wasn't using them. You could use quite a few prosthetic tools in a, the point is I ignored that mechanic completely, and the game taught you that mechanic again and again, yet I refused to use them. This was my first playthrough, by the way. It wasn't like a second or third playthrough. This was my first ever playthrough, and that's how I approached it. And I think the reason, with the fact that I think the one of the reason might be that I had already spoiled the game for myself by watching many videos of the gameplay of many people online years ago, because I really thought I might never be able to afford the game. Situation was tough. I never saw myself spending any extra money on game back some years ago. So I thought, since I'm never going to buy this game, let's just watch all the footage and everything. Now even I am unsure what made me do it. Okay, maybe one of it was that I had spoiled the game for myself. I had to do something else, maybe to show off, who knows, maybe, rather than enjoying the game. Okay, this shift happened inside me a few years ago, I think around 2018 or 19, so that will be 5-6 years ago, when I started live streaming games on Twitch with hardcore PvP games, your basic CS and Valorant, where basically I ignored all life and focused completely on showing my skill off, which required a lot of hours of persistent training myself every day, again and again. I don't know why. I guess it was the need to get attention that drove this. I had been in a, not for video, go read the blog if you want to, I'm not going to talk about it here. Recently, however, when I moved to single player games, I started doing stuff no one was doing on the internet, okay, at that time, because I thought it was gonna be fun, but because maybe I thought it was going to be a pain. I guess I keep looking for pain in life. I'm unsure, but I like to think that views don't matter to me, but then I keep doing stuff completely opposite, uploading videos and sharing it on Reddit or something. So I'm unsure what I want anymore. Anyways, now I was at the last 2 fights of the game yesterday. So those who play Demon of Hatred and Ishin, I completely lost it. Okay, I knew I was going to play it, but I completely lost it. But there was something else that caused the insanity. If you check the last live stream of Sekiro, I just installed a mod, no damage. I just completed the fight. I didn't bother. Anyways, another title. Let's move into what caused it also. Fake Steam profile, fake achievements, fake hours, and possibly fake amazing clips on the internet. That something else was a look at someone else's profile. Okay, I saw someone else's profile which had a lot of achievement, a lot of hours, and me and other friend, we did the math together. Okay, and it didn't add up how old the account was. For to get so much achievement on that Steam profile, that person needed to play more than 8 hours of gameplay every day for the last 10 years. Every day, 10 years. Okay, that's when on the last night I learned about fake Steam achievement. You can check in the stream. I tried doing it myself. I reverted it, but yes, you can do it. Don't do it, it's against Steam terms of service, however. But anyways, I tried to see. So with one click of a button, you get all achievement in a game that will be shown on your profile. Okay, with one small trick, you can make Steam think you are playing a game, and you will have unlimited hours, as many hours as your PC is on. Okay, and other people will think that you have so many hours in the game. Also, I also realized that there are cheats disguised as mod to make it seem like your skill look amazing to an outside player without anyone realizing it. Okay, so no damage mod, that was completely stupid. But there are other mods like 100% parry mod. Okay, so the main mechanic of the game, you don't even need to do anything. This is the reason I don't trust anyone's gameplay if I don't see them live streaming with their face on. Face cam is important. Something I realized with when I started the other YouTube channel, I realized that people trust a video with a face cam more than they trust a normal video. Okay, at least that's what I thought. So also, when you live stream, people can see the actual hours that went into perfecting what you have done. Okay, take my last fight with in Sekiro, for example. One of he's the toughest boss in the game, Owl Father. Okay, 450 deaths it took me, 450 deaths. I don't even remember how many hours, but everything was live stream. So no one can come to that profile and say, no, you didn't do it. Okay. Now, if I hadn't had my face on the video, people might trust me less. But the fact that I had live stream all the 450 attempts to actually get to the boss or fight are linked in description, it means without a doubt that I did this honestly. Maybe with handicaps, but I did it nonetheless. Now let's assume what I saw on the internet was true. Okay, let's assume that what I saw about other people, what people are uploading on the internet is completely true. Okay, let's assume that they have spent so much hours in honing their skill, and again they can. Okay, there are people who do these. It's not everyone, but there are people who do these. And considering one of them is right sitting in front of you, I can understand. Yes, there are other madmen like me. Okay, so let's assume that it's correct. Try harding in video games. Let's get to the final topic, back to the main topic. Someone sent me their video in response to my earlier video. Okay, so I did that video, the whole, it was very tough without everything, and took me, the whole fight is basically 2-3 minutes fight. He did it with base ability on something in a 22-minute video. 22 minutes of just constantly. And when I saw that video, man, when I saw that video, something broke inside me completely. Okay, I was try harding, yes, I was doing everything, but that was just on another level. Assuming that is correct, okay, that is from, that's one point. Let's assume what he did was right, that he really spent that a lot of time trying to perfect it. Before this point, I was ready to take on a challenge with even more handicaps than anyone had imagined. Okay, so up until I saw that video, I had already list of mods that I was going to do even more handicaps. So anyone who played the game, charmless, NG +1 to +7, base vitality, and whatever else I could think of. But watching that video, once I watched that video, something shattered inside me. I lost it. I completely lost it when I saw that video. I had to call a friend to discuss it, because quite frankly, I lost it. Okay, a little voice inside me said, is this what I have become? Is this what I will do? Okay, trying to one up some other tryharder. Is that what I'm going to do with my life? With the hours that I have, with the few years I might have on this planet? Is this what I will do with my free time? Is this what I will have to show at the end of my life? Point to this game, this handicap, and be like, oh, I did that. Is this really what I want to do with my free time? Try harding in single player video games, putting handicaps in video games and then showing them off to other people and be like, see, you can't this because you are not that insane. This requires countless hours of pain and suffering and misery, which you wouldn't do because you are not insane. Okay, I had already, this thing for me had already stopped with PvP multiplayer games. I used to try hard a lot in Counter-Strike and yeah, mainly CS. And when CS wasn't working properly, then Valorant. So I stopped there completely. Okay, I stopped there because I realized my life on this planet is much better spent on other things. And also I thought, why not pick up some single player games? Seeing what that person did, how that person got so eager to show his video to me after seeing my attempt, I thought, is that who I want to become? Is that the person that I am going to be? I had to make a decision right there, right then, and right there. Then I did it right away. I installed mods. You can check the live stream to make the basic game a child's play. I increased my speed. I removed damage. Okay, completed the game within minutes. Okay, where it technically should have taken me 50 plus hours. Honestly, more. I have already spent 125 hours, and I promised that I will not make it more difficult for me. You can check today's video. I did not. I removed every debuffs and everything from the game, every handicaps from the game. Okay, and already there was handicap in New Game Plus, and I was going to add a lot more on that. I stopped. Okay, the most important thing is when I did that, I had the most fun in this game than all the other times combined when I would, you know, defeated a difficult boss or something. I had the most fun. Okay, I had the most fun. What some people don't realize, if you check some older videos on the channel, there was a moment where I was only into modding games, and I loved it. Okay, if someone remembers the SpongeBob and Spider-Man video still on the channel, or okay, some mods are not for YouTube, but there are a lot of fun mods, and I love doing that. And I realized the only reason I started Sekiro is the reason that, you know what, I'm going to complete this game, and then I'm going to put some mods in this game, and I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, I'm going to enjoy it at all. Going back to the argument, just a small little thing before I close that. In my opinion, if there is an enemy, okay, with whatever the game has taught you, if you have figured out how to respond to, react to every enemy's moveset, basically when you have mastered a boss, even 80% master, not 100%. Okay, that's why you have heals, and that's why you have every other things. I think that is enough. You do not need to go the extra length of doing anything else and turning a 3 minute fight into a 22-minute fight just to show off. Anyways, so yeah, what I was saying was, I did that, installed the mods. I had the most fun in this game ever. On the last 124 hours, what I didn't have, I had it in the last. Because as Reginald Phil's army from Nintendo rightly said, if it's not fun, why bother? I really want to close it here, but there is a few more things, because there is a Asmongold's YouTube. If you know, he played Sekiro and he got stuck somewhere and he rage quit. Okay, that video is famous, and at the end he said a lot of things, but people point out that he was not reading and everything. That's not the point of the video. The point that I am making is, at the end he said this again and again: it's just not fun. I am not having fun. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun for me. That's what he said about this game, and that pretty much sums it up. I did what he didn't. Okay, so when he quit and he was not having fun, that is something I should have done. Instead of just sticking to it and completing it for the sake of it, I made the game harder for me by going into extra steps that the game even asked me to. Okay, the game never asked to do that. There is no reward for doing that. I had a miserable experience for hours and maybe a few minutes of, all right, we're done, what's next? It's that same PvP games agenda again. If you remember that video, I will link it down. It's too much time for too little fun. So the time you have spent doing this, you can spend 10 hours and you might feel good for a few minutes. That fun versus effort is too low, and that's the reason I don't play multiplayer games, PvP games, because they're also fun versus time or fun versus effort is too low. It's even lower than watching mind-numbing TV shows, and that's what I actually did. Instead of playing games, I used to watch TV shows that weren't that good, but that is more fun than playing this game. Why? Because of the handicaps that I put there for myself, which no one asked me to. Right now, while I was writing the script for this video, I went back into the game. Okay, I made sure to remove any extra handicap that I had, started using consumable, started using prosthetic tool, and I had fun again. Okay, this time I removed the no damage mod and all the stupid cheat shit. Okay, that I removed, but I started to play the game as it was meant to be played. I had a lot of fun. I genuinely had a lot of fun, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. Have fun, at least in video games, man. My life is already miserable. The last thing I want to do is make it more miserable when I'm supposed to be having fun for a few hours every day. Also, I will drop this game altogether since I already ruined it for myself years ago. It is time to move on. Maybe if there is a new mod that I think, maybe I will do it for a few minutes and then done. Just one more thing before I leave. I want to try, okay, I am not giving up on persistence. I am not giving up on hardship. I'm not giving up on working hard. I want to try to be hard and persistent in face of overwhelming defeat. I think that's a genuinely excellent trait to have as a human being. But I don't want that for video games. I want that for real life, not in a game. I want to be persistent. I want to keep trying again and again in life, even though I keep failing. I want to pick myself up again. I want to be persistent in face of overwhelming defeat. But I want that in life, not in a game. Not in a game. I did learn something about myself, that I have immense perseverance. Okay, all that I have to do now is apply it to real life, and probably should get back to what I should have been doing all this time, making actual content on YouTube. I stopped doing all that.